So I don't know if I told you guys this, but the mirror block-offs on my R6 broke. I told you guys that I wanted to replace them anyways because I really didn't like how the ones that I got sat on the nose on that front fairing on the R6, but I got them back when they were the only ones available for the R6. So here are the ones that I have. I have the ones made by Driven Racing, and this is how it should look, and this is this one. The bolt that attaches to this, it's like apparently just glued in here because it straight up broke off. I was riding around one day and it heard this rattling, finally figured out it was this. So fortunately another brand makes them for the R6 now, the new R6 by the way. Litec, I love this brand. They made the axle block chain adjusters for my R1 that I absolutely loved. There was one of my favorite mods that I had on the bike. They make some mirror block-offs, and the thing that I like about these is they actually follow the curve of that fairing. These ones didn't sit well because they were flat, but the fairing's not completely flat. So I'm going to try these out and see how they fit on the bike, and then we can take it out and talk about the newly announced 2020 R1. These look so much better. So here are the new Litec ones. As you can see, they actually go, like seriously I can run my hand over the fairing and I mean you obviously feel the lines, but it's completely flush on every side around. If I can show that a little bit, look at that, completely flush. For comparison, here's the one from Driven Racing. It's completely flat. It doesn't curve at all like these do. And I really like the more smooth finish that these have. It still has some texture to it, but these have like thick grooves. These are also a little bit lighter, and they come with the hardware. So you don't have to use the stock bolts or the nuts. I think it maybe cost me $100 for the pair with shipping. So I'll link those down in the description so you guys can check them out. But I'm losing daylight, so we're gonna head out to talk about the new 2020 R1. Got a lot of thoughts on it, but first, huge thanks to our sponsor of today's video, MANSCAPED. Now fellas, and Lord knows there's a lot of y'all, you and I both know a well-kept yard is the key to a great looking home. Well, manscaped.com is here to help you keep your hedges trimmed, your garden clean, and your front patio smelling like pure success. Manscaped created the world's first manscaping kit that makes maintaining your southern roots safe and easy, featuring the Lawnmower 2.0, a waterproof cordless trimmer with replaceable ceramic blades so you don't have to worry about damaging your special stones. Plus, it's compact, perfectly fits in your hand, and has quiet stroke technology so you can take care of your business in peace. And Manscaped doesn't leave you hanging. The Perfect Package 2.0 also comes with the plow, crop preserver, and crop reviver. And for you, my faithful subscribers, use my code MOTO20 at the link down below to get 20% off and a free toiletry bag to keep your kit together. So treat your landscape to Manscaped and keep yourself looking sharper than the Caped Crusader himself. Still not sold? All Manscaped products feature a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can try all of this risk-free. Go ahead, click that link in the description and use code MOTO20 for 20% off and free shipping. Manscaped.com, the #1 in men's below-the-waist grooming.
Let's see how long I can make this daylight last. We'll just like keep heading west so I can keep it as bright as possible for you guys. What if I could ride fast enough to just chase the sun? Oh, I also need gas, so we're gonna stop for that. It's been a while since I've been on the R6. Gotta remember I don't have clutchless downshifting. I do have my quick shifter though. I've had a lot of people message me about the R6 lately, just talking about either they have one and they're asking for suggestions on mods, or they're looking to buy one. I have mine for sale. I haven't publicly listed it. I just announced it to you guys here on the channel. I wanted to see if I could sell it to a subscriber first. I had probably, I don't know, 50 interested buyers, a handful of serious buyers, probably like 10 or 15 that were serious, and then three that actually like followed through and were near actually purchasing the bike, and then they just fell through for a few different reasons. So since I've exhausted all of those people who messaged me about it, I'm gonna list it publicly now. Yeah, it's so weird riding this bike. Something smells good. It smells like garlic bread. We are here to talk about the 2020 Yamaha R1 and R1M. The mid-cycle refresh finally came. I keep going back and forth between this is a redesign and this is a refresh, but I'm 100% now that it's a refresh, and I'll tell you why. For the previous generation, they had their mid-cycle refresh after just 3 years. It came out in 2009, then they had 2010, 2011, and then the 4th year of the bike, they had the refresh. In 2012, they changed the design, or some of the design. The bike was more or less kept the same, but they refreshed it. They changed some things, mainly how the front looks, and they added all of the electronics, so like the whole traction control system they added on the 2012. That was a mid-cycle refresh. Kept the same platform, same frame, generally the same exact bike, all the tail pieces, the side pieces, everything was the same except for the handful of things that they changed and the refreshed design. Now, back when I sold my R1, I told you guys, and maybe I even mentioned it when the 2015 R1 came out, I said that I would buy the new R1 when they did the mid-cycle refresh. They had the 2015 and the 2016 and the 2017, and I was like, all right, the mid-cycle refresh is right around the corner. If not this year, it's gotta be next year. 2018, no refresh. 2019, no refresh. At that point, I was like, man, I want a freaking leader bike. I can't wait another year. So here we are with the announced 2020 R1 and R1M, and they finally did the refresh. And it's a refresh because everything is kept the same, like the tail, the sides, the tank, the platform. It's all essentially the same except for some improvements that they've made. And the reason I was thinking, well, maybe this is kind of like a redesign, was that they kind of abandoned their new look for the R1 and went with the look of the R6. So the R1 was, in 2015, was the first bike in the line to come out with the thin, like, narrow eyelid type lights on the Yamaha bikes. And then the R6 came out in 2017 with their updated look of that same general design. And I actually liked the look of the R6 way more. Well, instead of sticking with that and just updating some stuff elsewhere, or angles and stuff, they straight up like made the R1 have the exact same front of the R6. The only change is that it like sticks out more. It looks kind of funky because like the panel on the outside, it's paint matched, but they've separated it. I think it would have looked better if they had just made it all one piece at the front. Maybe they couldn't. That's my only like small little gripe. I like the look of it. I think it looks really cool. It makes it look a little bit wider. I like the look of the R6 more. I like the new R6 better than the new R1. And I say new, the one that was released in 2015. So I'm personally glad they took that look from the R6, but it was just kind of a surprise to me that they didn't keep the R1 looking a little bit different. I just feel like they could have done a few things differently to set the R1 apart. Now, what have they changed? Again, for the most part, they're the same platforms. Right off the bat, the tires, the most important thing, they upgraded them to the RS11s, which is awesome because I had the RS10s on my 2009 R1, and I absolutely love those tires. Spectacular. Super grippy. Loved them on the track. Bike feels so much slower than the S1000. They've updated the suspension. It's the same suspension on the regular R1. They've just changed some things to give it a better ride, both on the road and the track, supposedly. The R1M, on the other hand, gets all new electronic Olin suspension, which is really cool. You can adjust it all from the dash. The whole new design front fairing is supposed to be 5% more aerodynamic. Awesome. My favorite thing that they've changed, it has an all-new ride-by-wire throttle, so there's no throttle cables. That is, I think, going to be the best feeling change on the new R1, because on my S1000 it's got ride-by-wire, and I swear that is the best feeling throttle that I've ever felt. It's just so incredibly smooth. It feels so good. We're stopping at this gas station. I'm not going to pass any more of them. Roll right through that intersection. No hands, baby. Get them. Alrighty. Ooh, I'm about to hit 2,000 miles on this baby. Ah, this thing freaking just like screams. I swear. Yo, dude, y'all freaking see that? I need to show you guys. This thing is freaking spitting flames. Dude, that's amazing. Alright, back to the R1. So the crossplane engine, like I said, is back and more or less the same, but they have made some improvements to it. I won't get too much into it, mainly because I think to the average person you won't notice much, but I guess it's got new rocker arms, new camshaft profiles, new injectors, new lower friction springs. It's supposed to operate a little bit more efficiently. I think power output is supposed to be the same, but there may be a little bit less power loss and it may feel a little bit better. Can't really judge that without riding it, but it's supposed to be improved, so that's cool. And then I think on both the R1 and the R1M they have some changes to the electronics. So now I think there's 3 different levels of engine braking that you can customize, a couple different braking profiles that you can choose, whether it be like straight line braking settings or better for cornering. I think that's how it was described, but anyways, you're gonna have a little bit better control over those things. I think there's like 7 different riding adjustments now that you can change, whether it be traction control, slide control, wheelie control, ABS, engine braking. Is that 6? There may be another one, but yeah, a lot of different adjustments, and you can adjust that all through the dash or through the connected mobile app, which is available only on Android, which is like super rare. It's always usually only on iPhone. The biggest change though is that it's more expensive, and that's why I was thinking that maybe this is more of a redesign, because all the changes I just mentioned, that's the kind of stuff that you would get on a redesign. Like, you look at everything that was changed for the R6 after 10 years of a model. It was the same frame, same chassis, a lot really for the bike itself unchanged. They just completely changed the design and updated a lot of stuff, the electronics and the dash, and of course the design, brakes. A lot of stuff was updated, but for the most part they kept the design the same. They just changed the front nose pretty much. Although on the R1M, I guess they have a new carbon fiber tail, which is pretty cool. But the other change is that it's more expensive. The regular R1 is $700 more expensive, and the R1M is $3,100 more expensive. I think it comes in now at either 26 or 27,000. Like, when you can get an S1000 optioned out with the M package for only 23, that's pretty crazy. Like, Yamaha they're really demanding respect and demanding your money. I don't know who is going to choose the R1M over something like the S1000 or the V4 for less or pretty close to the same amount of money. The thing that it does have going for it is that supposedly it's like a limited run. I'm not sure I saw how much of a limited, they said limited edition. What that actually means, I don't know. I don't know if there's a limited number or what. It is cool in the fact that it's the only one coming with so much carbon fiber. You're not getting that from the other companies. But it just seems that asking another $3,000 extra for this one, I think for what you're getting on the R1 now at $17,000, it's a pretty good deal. You guys know I'm a huge R1 fan. I absolutely loved my R1, and I always said that I would get the new bike when they did the mid-cycle refresh, and I'll touch on that after this point. But at $17,000 for the regular one, you're also up there approaching what it is for a base S1000, and I do feel like for what you're getting, it was kind of a steal before. But you know, sport bikes in general, the prices are going up. Oh man, this thing. I always said that I would be getting the R1 when they did the mid-cycle refresh. The previous generation had what, 6 years of the model? 2009, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. With the new one, it was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 20. And that's why I was thinking, well, maybe this is a redesign, because this is as many years as the previous generation, and they're just coming around with a refresh. I don't know if this is a stopgap or not. I really don't know if they're going to come out with something that is a new design for the R1 in a few years. I'm not too confident that they will. I think they might run another 5 years with this design. And I could be wrong. They might actually come out with a whole new bike in 3 years and prove me wrong. I just couldn't wait any longer, and I was in love with the S1000 so much. I didn't want to wait to get back on a leader bike, and I just didn't know when they were eventually going to do a refresh, or if they just abandoned doing a refresh at all. So yeah, no new R1 for me. Maybe in a couple of years, after I can pick up a used one at a discount, I'll get one and maybe do a giveaway rebuild bike on it. That said, I love the changes that they made. I think it's a solid upgrade, solid refresh. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the updates, how you like the new look, whether you think that they're going to do a new design in a few years, or if you think that they're going to run with this for a while. Let me know. Again, massive thanks to the sponsor of today's video, MANSCAPED. Make sure you guys check them out. They're linked at the top of the description. You can get all my merch at motonosity.com/shop. Y'all have been awesome. I've been Motonosity. Remember, life's better with horsepower. Keep life lived. I'll see you guys in the next one.